Good morning, children. So let us continue about the soil. So we have seen types of soil, isn't it? And now we will see desert soil. Desert soil is found in places where rainfall is scanty. What do you mean by scanty? Means very less rainfall. Very less rainfall. We call it as scanty rainfall. Where actually in the desert, desert what happens? Rainfall is very less. Why? The reason is you don't find more vegetation there, and there is direct sunlight falling on the big space, isn't it? So desert soil is found in places where rainfall is scanty. So normally which type of soil you see? Sandy soil, right? So desert soil is basically sandy in texture and cannot hold water. So sand soil, if you are just pour water in sand, what happens? It will just seep down, no? Wherein the sand is not going to absorb it. It is not going to hold it, right? That is why desert soil is basically sandy in texture. When you touch how it is, it's like sand. When you touch sand, how it will be? The same way it is. Texture and cannot hold water. It is hence not suitable for growing crops because it cannot hold water. What happens? You cannot grow crops there. You cannot grow any plants there. Okay. So that is the meaning here. It is hence means because it is sandy, it is not holding water. It is not suitable for growing crops. However, if plenty of water is available for irrigation, then crops such as millets, corn and pulses can be grown in desert soil. So what I have said, however, if plenty of water is available for irrigation, if there was more water for irrigation in desert, you don't get water. Supposing there was more water for irrigation, that time what you could do, you could grow crops like millets, then corn and pulses. Millets in bajra and jowar, you have already learnt about it, isn't it? Corn, maize and pulses. Pulses means all the grains. Okay, all these could have grown, but as there is no rainfall, you cannot grow all these type of crops in desert area. Coming to mountain soil. Mountain soil is very fertile because of the presence of humus. Humus, I said, no, it is fertile soil, wherein we call it as organic manure. So mountain soil is very fertile because of the presence of humus. I told you, children, humus means what? It is consisting of the organic manure. What is organic manure? It is remains of plants and animal waste material. So what happens? It will consist of all the nutrients, minerals, etc. isn't it? And that is specially found in the topsoil, which is very good for the growth of plants, right? So that is called as humus. So what happened here? Mountain soil is very fertile because of the presence of humus. I told you, because of presence of all the nutrients and minerals, we call this humus as a organic manure, which is very good for the growth of plants. Humus is the brown or black organic matter consisting of partially or wholly decayed vegetable or animal matter that provides nutrients for plants and increases the ability of the soil to retain water. All this already discussed, isn't it? So what is the work of the humus? Humus, which color it is? It is brown or black. And why it's called as organic matter? Because it is consisting of both plant and animal products. And that is specially see, decayed vegetable or animal matter that provides nutrients for plants and increases the ability to soil to retain water because it can hold water. It has the capacity to hold water. It is very rich with organic matter. It is very good for the growth of plants. Mountain soil is found at lower altitudes of the northern mountains, not altitudes, it is altitudes of the northern mountains, the Terai region and the northeastern parts of India. So where do you find this mountain soil? It is found in the lower altitudes of the northern mountains, the Terai region and northeastern parts of India. So mountain soil is ideal. Wherever you see mountains, it is a slopey area, isn't it? So mountain soil is ideal for growing fruits such as apples, peaches, apricots, plums and pears. Tea and coffee can also be grown in this soil. So you can see many different types of plants you can grow, especially for fruits. See, fruits like apples, peaches, apricots, plums and pears. Most of these fruits you would have eaten, isn't it? You would have seen and eaten, right? Like tea and coffee can also be grown in this soil. In which soil? In mountain soil. Now let us see about soil erosion. So these are all the different types of soil. Now let us see what is meant by soil erosion. Erosion means what? Washing away of soil is called soil erosion. Now let us see. The uppermost layer of soil, known as the topsoil, is the most fertile layer. Why it is most fertile layer? Because there is presence of humus or the organic matter. Understood? This is because it is rich in humus, minerals and nutrients required by the plants to grow. Soil erosion is defined as the washing or blowing away of topsoil by water or wind. So when the water flows or wind blows, what happens? Because topsoil is very loosely packed, isn't it? So what happens when the wind blows or water flows? They carry the soil along with them. So that is called as washing away of the soil, okay, or removal of the topmost layer. This makes the land infertile and unsuitable for growing crops. Why is it making unfertile? Because the topmost side, the humus is already washed away, isn't it? That is why what happens? It becomes infertile and it will be unsuitable for growing crops. Next, let us see, soil erosion is caused by indiscriminate cutting of trees for fuel or for building cities and towns. This is known as deforestation. So children, you know what is meant by deforestation. Human beings, what are they doing? They want to have a very pleasure life, isn't it? So what they do? They construct buildings, they construct industries, factories, apartments and all those things. Where are they going to construct? They are just cutting down the trees and plants. In that place they are trying to construct their own buildings, isn't it? So when this cutting of trees takes place, what is it called? That is called as deforestation. Especially the forest areas have been cut and then they are going to just extend that for growth of cities and towns, right? So what is happening? There are loss of so many plants and trees in the forest. That is called as deforestation. So indiscriminate cutting of trees for fuel, for burning. Fuel means for burning purpose or for building cities and towns. This is known as deforestation. Then overgrazing by animals. What is overgrazing by animals? If you go on leaving the animals in the field for a long time, what they do? They go on eating the crops there, and finally what happens when the crops are not available, they start eating even the root part of it, right? When they eat the root part of it, what happens? The minerals cannot be held tightly there. Even the roots are gone, isn't it? So what happens? The minerals, nutrients cannot be held there. So the soil becomes loose. What happens? When the water flows or wind blows, that also will be washed away. So that is one more reason, overgrazing by animals. Improper farming practices. Improper farming practices means there are certain rules, there are certain procedures to be followed when you do agricultural land or farming, isn't it? If you are not using it in a proper way, then we call that as improper farming practices. So soil erosion is a serious problem for farmers. Soil erosion needs to be averted. This can be done by growing more and more trees and grasses on bare farmlands. So how do you control this erosion of soil? It is by growing more and more trees and grasses on bare farmlands over now. The roots of plants bind the soil together and prevent the soil from being eroded. So what happens when you grow more trees and grasses in the farmlands? What will happen? The roots will penetrate into the soil. It go deep into the soil and they start holding the soil tightly. So when they hold soil tightly, there is no chance for the soil to wash away, even when there is rain or wind. Did you understand? That is why you have to grow more and more trees or plants in the bare farmlands. Bare farmlands means where the fertility of the soil is not there. Now, in addition, plants and trees reduce the flow of water as it moves down the slope. So plants and trees, if you just grow plants and trees on the slopey areas, what happens? If the water is flowing, it will start breaking down the speed of the water. When the speed of the water is broken down, what is going to happen? It will not wash away the topsoil. Easily it cannot be washed away. That is why you have to grow more and more trees even in the slopey areas. Because they absorb the water and they help in growth of plants. Hence, more and more trees must be planted to reduce soil erosion. This is known as afforestation. What is afforestation? It is nothing but a process wherein you are going to grow more and more plants, especially in the place of plants where you have already cut it. When the old trees will be there or damaged trees that will fall, in that place you have to grow new plants. And even other places also what you have to do, you have to grow more and more new plants. That is called as afforestation. Moreover, overgrazing by animals should be kept under check. So you should not permit the animals to overgraze. Once the food is not there, the fodder is not there in that particular area, what you have to do? You have to take those animals to different areas. So that what happens? It will not eat the roots, because roots are the ones which are binding the soil tightly. Proper farming and irrigation techniques should be practiced. So there should be a proper farming and irrigation, especially the drip irrigation is very good, so that there will be no loss of water. So like this, children, if everything is done by man, then what happens? We can cultivate more and more crops and we can safeguard the soil from erosion. So let me stop it here. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you.